It is stinking hot here in South Bank. It is so hot, but you know, Community Day always brings me out. I never miss it. Even though you could play Community Day in any community, South Bank is one of my favorite communities to play in. Not only because it's beautiful, but because you can run into so many people. And today is Solosis Community Day. And I have to thank Katie180 for gifting me the ticket. Thank you so much, Katie180. I really appreciate it. I cannot wait to do it because even though Solosis is a divisive Pokemon, this Community Day is far more divisive than I think any Community Day ever. And it's not entirely because of Solosis, it's also because it's changed. There have been some big changes. Let's start with Solosis. People aren't that crazy about Solosis. It's an F-tier Pokemon all the way when you get to the final evolution, but I think it is one of the cutest Pokemon available, especially that final evolution. Reuniclus, I think you say? I mean, I'm the worst at pronouncing names, but I know for a fact I love that Pokemon. Charm is a special move we're getting today, and I think it's going to be pretty quiet, not because people don't love Solosis and Reuniclus. The reason why this is going to be quiet is because they have changed multiple things about Community Day. Number one, they have changed the 3-hour lures down to 1 hour, so every lure is going to only last for 1 hour. That means there's going to be far few lured Pokestops. Now here in South Bank, that's not so much of an issue, but in smaller communities where you have far fewer players, that's going to be a big problem because spawns seem to be directly tied to the amount of foot traffic. Here in South Bank, there's a lot of foot traffic, which means we're going to get a lot of spawns even when it hasn't been lured. But if you go to a smaller community, like in a neighborhood, you're going to see fewer spawns because there's going to be fewer lured Pokestops and you're going to have to use more lures to get this done. Now, my theory on why this is because this week is Harvest Festival and you need to get 20 syrupy apples and around about 600 Applin candy to go all the way from Applin through to Hydrapple. And the thing about that is they don't want to give too many apples and make it too easy, because if they gave 3-hour lures, everyone would have so many apples, right? They need to make it a challenge. So I don't know if it's going to be this way moving forward or if it is just because of the Harvest Festival coinciding and it's only going to be this Community Day. Love to know your theories around that. That's my first point. The second point we have is they've changed that week that you normally get to do the evolutions to get the special move. You now only have until 9 p.m. But there's additional changes that what this is going to do is lured Pokestops are going to spawn that Pokemon all the way to 9 p.m. So even though you've got less than a week, you also get more spawns, and it can also have the background. So the special seasonal background can also come on Solosis after that 5 p.m. date. There's also been changed the 5-star, defeat a 5-star max battle. That's been removed from the pool. And I think there's also another one that's been removed from the pool, but now there's one that's catch 50 of that Community Day Pokemon. So 50 Solosis, and then you will get a guaranteed Solosis with the background. So we don't know if that's going to carry forward too. But there is 2 big reasons to play this. 3 times catch Stardust, huge. We also have 2 times catch XP. Now that was added late after the fact, but what makes this crazy is it stacks, right? So we already have 2 times catch XP on nice, great, and excellent throws, so that's gonna stack. That means if you hit an excellent throw, great throw, or even nice throw, that's gonna be 4 times catch XP. You pop an egg on that, we're talking 8 times catch XP on a curveball excellent throw. Can you imagine that? I cannot wait. So if we look at my XP here, we are starting at 182.69 million. Let's just call it that. Even though today is going to be quieter, what I really want to do is figure out how much XP I can get. So we're going to start at 182.69 million. Let's see what we get at the end of this. And let's also look at our Stardust, pulling this up randomly, 6.57 million Stardust. Let's see how much Stardust we can get. But we are going to do one thing. We already have our Mega Evolve. We've gone with Mega Gardevoir. Now, the other thing we're going to do is also get Roar of Time on there. So if we go at Roar of Time, and we get this Dialga. If we use Roar of Time for the maximum amount of time, which is 2 hours here, then we're gonna spend 100,000 Stardust. So that's gonna be a big hit as it is, but I don't know if Roar of Time affects anything you apply after the fact. So I'm gonna pop a Star Piece on here. Star Piece, and then we're also gonna pop a Lucky Egg. Now tell me I have a Lucky Egg. If not, we're gonna have to buy one from the store. I've been popping a lot of Lucky Eggs because, as you guys saw, I got to level 50, so I've been using a lot to get to level 50. It is insanely hot out here, insanely hot. All right, let's get that Lucky Egg there and get that popping, and then we'll pop Roar of Time, and that'll give us at least 2 hours with this value here, but it is gonna cost us 100,000. Wow, it is roasting. We're gonna have to play from the shadows today, guys. All right, there we go. That is a really long roar of time. That's the longest roar of time I've probably ever done. But we're gonna work our way through the ticketed bonus. We got the meetup bonus here as well. So Solosis Celebration, very cool. All right, starting with those plain old catch 10 Pokemon, make 7 nice throws, 5 great throws, 5 curveball throws. You can barely see the screen. It is that roasting out here. Let's find some shade. Also, how long does the lure last for? Did they change the incense? All right, incense seems to last for 3 hours. All right, so that's fine. So it's just the lures that's been impacted by this. Let's find some shade. I'm roasting, I'm cooking. I feel like a big ham. All right, let's see if we can get a curveball excellent on this to see how much excellent. This is where like I am just like one of the worst throwers, and this is a really bad challenge for me to try and get curveball excellence, because you guys know firsthand how bad I am at throwing. It's not an easy curveball excellent, let me tell you. I'm not just saying that because I'm bad at this. It is really just not that much, not that good as a curveball excellent, but we keep trying, we keep trying. We're also looking for the shiny now. I already have the shiny of this one. There we go, curveball excellent. Let's see how much XP we get for this. This will be 8 times catch XP on this. I don't know, the highest I've ever seen is 6. 8,680, that is huge. That is huge. All right, if we can get heaps of that, I wonder if we'll be able to get a full milli. What's that? You guys at home will know the maths, surely, because I'm not that great at maths, but you would say, what's 1,000,000 Stardust divided by 8,600? I don't know, but we're still chasing the shiny. I think the shiny looks really cool with the bluer tinge, and it looks better, you know, the more evolved it gets. I don't think Charm is a very good fast move at all, but really, then again, like I said, is this Pokemon really good at all? No, it's a cute Pokemon. It's up there with like, you know, I guess Eevee's evolutions are kind of useful, but Eevee itself, not that useful. I kind of liken it to something like that. We have had a few sort of like, you know, Pokemon events, community days in the last few rounds that haven't really been that exciting. So I think the next community day is going to be really exciting. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm really keen to make it an exciting one. And hopefully Niantic lets give us a good Pokemon that we're all really excited about, because I think we're all happy to do this, but we need some really powerful Pokemon in the next community day. But let's just think about how this is looking, right? There is some lured Pokestops, but this isn't popping as much as normal. There's hardly anyone around here. I think that decrease in the lures and the fact that this is not a very attractive Pokemon is maybe 2 things that are holding people at bay. So I'm gonna mark that as an F so far. Let's see if it changes around, but I don't really see anyone here. Like, it's crazy. It is so insanely hot out here. I absolutely cannot believe it, jeez. Oh, geez, that cools me down a little bit. That cools me down a little bit. The first shiny Solosis. Now, you know, tradition is we give it a golden Raz and we do not mess around just because I don't want that first shiny to run. That is tradition. 1, 2, 3. I already have this shiny, like I said, but look. The more shinies, the merrier. That is the first one. We're at 213. Wow, so close to a Nundo, but you know, so close is actually so far. Let's keep going. We have a few already ready to go. Okay, let's just finish this page off then. All right, no shiny there. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I'm just pretty much trying to walk around here in the shade, just sort of coasting around the edges. All right, we got our star piece back. We got 20 Ultra Balls. We have no shiny. I think these Com Day tickets are kind of like, you know, a fun little thing to do. Hopefully I can get 7 kilometers walk today. But yeah, I like the Com Day tickets. I think they're just this little nice little bonus. And again, thank you so much, Katie180, for gifting me it. It makes Com Days just a little bit more fun. Okay, so let's see, what do we got? We should have a background 50 Solosis candy, 50 XL Solosis candy. Okay, let's see, do we get a background? Oh, no shiny, but this one should have the background all the same. So let's see what it looks like with the background on it. Let's see, come on. Show yourself, show yourself. That looks cool, that looks cool. I think Tales of Transformations background is a pretty good seasonal background. I'm with it, I'm with it. Okay, let's look at the next one. We got catch 3 Pokemon, catch 5 Pokemon, catch 10, use berries, use berries, use berries, and then another one. Let's get to it. Just got the shiny from Special Research with the background. It looks good. It looks pretty good, but let's see what the evolution looks like with the special background. Might as well. I think it gets a little bit more sort of pale blue as the evolutions go through. I think it's just more surface area on the jelly. It is so quiet out here, and I think it's a mix of these lures, and I think it's a mix of the heat. It is unbelievably hot. All right, that's what it looks like with the background. Now let's do the final evolution, and this is where we'll get charm on this as well, but we're more doing it so we can see what each evolution's shiny looks like with the special background. See, it does get more blue. Maybe it is the surface area, I'm not too sure. Reuniclus, yes. Yes, 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 charm as the fast move. There we go. You know, it's in the Great Battle League sort of territory. Kind of puts it kind of close to decent for Great Battle League, but I don't do PvP. But you know, he might be all right one day. Yeah. But also, I'm also collecting lots of apples at the moment. We are at how many XP? 183 XP, 183 million. So we have cracked that sort of like midpoint there. And this 8,000 XP on the Cobalt Excellence is absolutely phenomenal, but it is kind of hard to get. It is a small circle on these, but nevertheless, we try, and we do what we can. Look at this. These are what we call bin chickens. They're kind of like, they're just, I don't know. Their actual name is ibis, is an ibis. Look at it. Look at it. Because it hangs around the bins and just eats scraps from the bins. You hate to see them. They're so ugly. All right, we are back in the shade, and we got a total of 16 shinies, which is pretty good. I think that's pretty good. We're not even an hour in, we already have 16 shinies. I think that's good. No hundos yet, though, but let's look and see. This completed research here is the Catch 50 of the Community Day Pokemon. This should be a guaranteed background. Let's see if that is true, because that's what New Zealand was reporting earlier today. So I think it should be catch 50, get a guaranteed background. Let's see, is it true? Is it true? Is it just a chance? It is, it's guaranteed. All right, well that confirms that. I don't think that's, yeah, it's nothing special. That's all right. All right, we are on the completion of page number 2 as well, which means there's going to be another background here. I think I have a total of 3 backgrounds locked in, which is okay. They're always good trade bait. And don't forget, you have a couple of special trades today as well, but everything ends at around about 9 o'clock today. All right, there we go, Duosion. Duosion? I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm just glad that in this 38-degree heat, which is Celsius, may I add, like this phone is not overheating. It's doing its job. They have advertised well on that, but you'll also, they also do scratch easy. My niece dropped mine on the weekend, and let me tell you, it has a dent. It has a dent in it. I don't know if you can see this. You can see that dent there. Look how sweaty my hand is. Jeez, it is, like I said, it's hot here in Australia. It's hot, hot, hot. All right, let's see. This should be also a guaranteed background. 7,500 Stardust. 3 rare candy. Okay, luckily we have the shiny with the background, so we're happy about that. Let's see. Let's see. This one should be a guaranteed background, and then let's see what the final page is going to be. There we go. Guaranteed background on that one. Same IV as before, just different stat spread. Okay. Final one, catch 3 Pokemon, catch 5, catch 10, spin 3, spin 5, explore 1, and we get our raid pass there, and then the final, which I think should be Reuniclus with a special background there as well. All right, let's keep going. You also have these here in Australia as well. So we got bin chickens and we have these lizard things here. It is really a prehistoric paradise, but if you move closer towards them, they generally move out of the way. But it's just so hot. Look how annoyed he looks. He looks so annoyed. Halfway through and 21 shinies. That means I want to get to 40. I just created a random stretch goal there to get to 40. We just did a Deoxys, no shiny, so cannot count that as one. This one here should be a guaranteed background, but won't be the hundo because it's 586 or something from research. That's 555. That's definitely lower. All right, there is no background on that. Let's see. This is the last page of the ticket. So this one will definitely have the background, but it's not the hundo either. So we have Mikey, we have Lyndon, we have Locke all here. That is the background there. 571 though, getting closer, not the hundo at the same time, but you know what? That's okay. The background looks pretty cool, especially against the psychic there. All right, how many shinies are we looking at, Mikey?
Me, I've only got 10.
Only got 10. For once, I am dominating you. Yes. All right, Gong, what do you got? What are you rocking? Locke? So I'm in the lead. 7?
Yeah, 2, 3. I've been slack second.
Guys, I'm feeling like a king.
I have 13.
13 compared to 21. Oh, yes, it feels good to be Matt for a change.
Can't win them all, you know?
Yeah, but these are the same people that in the last video were saying like, oh no, I've got like 10 hundo mega grosses. I don't need any more hundos. I still don't have one. Look at us, just a bunch of guys with a level 50 jacket on. Of course, I did not match with everyone else. Everyone else has the black jackets on, and I have to wear green. I have to be different, don't you? And I also have a silly backpack on and a mask. Everyone else looks very cool. Everyone else in my party looks very cool. Well, you know what? Being different is cool, okay? We have 10 minutes left. And we're just over 30 shinies, so let's see if we can pick up a couple of extra last minute ones. I feel like I often get a chance to get a last minute shiny in 459. Let this not be any different to previous ones. Still nothing, come on. I mean, everyone I've run into is pretty impressed with how many shinies I've got today. My friend Joey just said he only got 1 shiny from over 300. Unbelievable. All right, it is 5 o'clock, so that means everything should be disappearing. Quaxley. All right, let's go to the summary and I'll reveal how many shinies I got. All right, that's a wrap for this community day. I caught so many Solosis. So many. This thing looks like a chickpea. That's what I kept telling everyone, and I'm happy to catch it. I think it's cute, especially Reuniclus. Looks absolutely cute. 644 Solosis caught across 3 hours. Obviously, it's still keeping going if you have the lures popping, but 644 Solosis caught, and of that, 30 were shiny. 2 of them have the background. Well, 3 if you count that evolution I did all the way through. So kind of like 3. 10% of the shinies had the background. That's absolutely huge. So it's about 4.66%. That is really, really good. But yeah, a range of them here. If we add on the and shiny to the end of it here, that's where we get our 30. Looks really, really great. Now, I don't really know how many of them are going to be actually worth keeping. Like if we go to check here and we look, let's just look at the shiny. Let's change NPVP and we'll change this code here to also, jeez, why does it take so long? Oh my goodness. Okay, it's just gonna be easier if we just look at the shinies. Let's just look at the shinies in age 0. There's gotta be a better way of doing that, everyone. There's gotta be a better way. All right, Solosis age 0 and shiny. Let's look at just the ones that we got. We got a few 98s, but no hundos. All right, quick spin through these shinies to see what we got. It's all right. I mean, I'm not gonna use any of these anyway. They're just like a cool to have. There we go, shiny with the background. We'll take it, we'll take it. Look, nothing that special. Maybe as a PvP guy, so we'll tag him as PvP. What else we got? Not bad, not bad. Look, another decent PvP one. No Nandos, but there we go, ending on that shiny Reuniclus with the background. That was such a fun day. Katie180, thank you so much for the ticket. It was great to hang out with Mikey, Lyndon, and Lachlan, and run into other people too, including that bird and that dragon lizard thing. Next week, I know what is coming next week. Normally, I don't know what's gonna come, but next week, I know. It's Mega Rayquaza, 2 to 5 p.m., 18th of October. I'm ready. I mean, I have the hundo. I've got some shinies. I'm more excited to have the vibe of everyone else that has all of the great vibes that go on with those really big, exciting days like Mega Rayquaza, or when like Mewtwo comes or anything like that. The vibes are just sky high, sky high. So I absolutely cannot wait to be there. Don't forget, I am inviting friends to Mega Rayquaza. If you're not on the friends list, head over to the Patreon. The link is in the bio below. Thank you to all of these people who are currently Patreons. I appreciate you. This is the only way that I can actually make what I do viable and all the hours I put in. So I really, really appreciate it. If you appreciate the shorts or you appreciate watching any of this content, please head over to the Patreon. It starts as like kind of less than a cup of coffee, and I get to drink a cup of coffee as a thank you. Hopefully we feel like that's a good deal for being on the friends list and being able to raid together. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys next week. I'm so excited. I'm glad the heat stopped. This is where we started. This is where we ended. It's so much cooler than when we started. I'll see you guys next week.